Hey, my future scientist student, another fruitful lesson will be tackled today. I will assure you a day of full learnings and discoveries. I am your science teacher, Ma'am Benitez. Are you ready for another round of learnings? Before we start, kindly prepare your learning module, notebook, and ballpen for you to follow the instruction and discussion for today. Is that clear? Okay. So please, thumbs up if you still hear me, and please unmute your microphone if not. I see you hear me clearly. For your attendance, please fill up the information in the link provided. I will post it to our Facebook group or live chat. And for those students who have not enough data, you are allowed to comment, post, or text me to monitor your attendance. So before we proceed to our new topic, let's have a recap. I have here a different color boxes. Each box has different questions, and I want you to answer each question inside the box. Okay? Let's start. Who wants to volunteer? Okay, Reyes. You raise your hand. Choose one. Yellow. Okay, read the question. What's your answer? Very good. Plant cell have chloroplast, cell wall, plasmid, and large vacuole, but absent in animal cell. Very good. Next one. Yes. Cruz. Blue. Okay. What is your answer? Very good. One of the difference between plants and animal cell in terms of the size, plant cell have fixed or regular shape, while animal cell have irregular shape. Very good. Next one. Yes, passion. Very good. The cell is considered the basic and structural and functional unit of organism because it provides life and structure in all living things. So I think you remember it well. Very good, class. So now, before we proceed to our new topic, let's have a game first. This game entitled Pick Me Game. So I have here a set of questions or a set of pictures, and use the picture as your clues and complete the word inside the box. Okay? Do you still hear me, class? Okay, you still hear me. Okay, let's start. Kindly raise your hand or hit the virtual raise hand if you want to answer the first one. Yes, De La Rosa. Very good. It is offspring. Next one. Yes, Miranda. Very good. It is fission. And then the last one. Yes, Romulo. Very good. It is reproduction. So based on our activity we had, who has idea our topic for today? Anyone, class? Very good. Our topic for today is about reproduction. The continuity of life. For today's objective, please read it. Yes. Villafuente, read our today objectives and competencies. Okay, very good. So that is our objectives and competencies. So we will discuss the sexual and sexual reproduction, how the offspring resulting from the mode of reproduction, and the number of individuals involved and similarities of offspring to parent. For your understanding, what is reproduction, class? Anyone? Yes, Digia. Very good. So reproduction, it is the process by which all living organisms produce one of their kinds to ensure their survival of the species. For today's topic, so we are focused on animal reproduction. Okay? So in reproduction, we consider it as the one of the most important characteristic of living things or living organism. It includes in one of the unified theme of life. Okay, for understanding our lesson, let's have an activity. So I have here a different organism, and I want you to examine how many parents they require to reproduce, how they reproduce, and how the offspring different from the parent. Okay? Our first organism is frog. Okay? So, how they reproduce, or how many parents are required? Class. Anyone? Okay, yes. Gomez. Very good. Frog requires two parents. They have female frog and male frog. How they reproduce? Anyone, class? Yes, very good. During mating time, the female lays egg in the water, and the male frog shed the sperm cell in the same area. So it will be fertilized in the water. So it will be form a tadpole and become a frog. Okay? How the offspring different from the parent, class? Okay, very good. The offspring is different from the parent in terms of the color of the skin, the size, okay, the length. Very good. So we consider that the offspring is unique to their parent. Okay? The next one. What is that? Very good. The starfish. So what do you think how they reproduce? Very good. They can reproduce on their own. So it not require a partner or a parent, other parent. Okay? So how the offspring different from the parent? Okay, very good. The offspring is an exact copy of the parent. Okay, so how they reproduce? Very good. Very good. The Lara. So when the starfish broken into pieces, the smaller one will be their offspring. Very good. That is a way of reproduction of starfish. Okay, so next one. Last one is chicken. What do you think? How many parents are required? Very good. 2 parents. So we have rooster and hen, right? So what do you think how they reproduce? Very good. The opening of the rooster will be placed into the opening of the hen. So the sperm cell came from the rooster will be swim up to the oviduct of the hen, and some of the egg will be fertilized. Okay, how the offspring different from the parent? Very good. The offspring is genetically unique to their parent in terms of the color and size, the size of the beak. Okay, so now let's discuss the two types of reproduction. So we have two kinds of reproduction: asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction. Okay, so in a sexual reproduction, one cell of organism can reproduce an exact copy of the parent. Okay, so example of this are bacteria, that is one cell organism. Okay, so in a sexual reproduction, the offspring is an exact copy, or we call it the clone of the parent. Okay, so we have different kinds of asexual reproduction. Fission class. What do you mean by fission class? Okay, fission, it means splitting out or divides into two. In fission, in asexual reproduction, the individual or an organism divides into two or halves, after which it's grown to the original form. Very good. So, example of organism that undergo fission is paramecium. So class, do you know what is paramecium? Okay, paramecium is one kind of one cell organism. So it can be found in ponds, lakes, yes, in the bodies of water. Okay, they undergo in the process fission. Next one, bonding. Bonding, the parent of organism produces offspring by growing a replica in the form of an outgrowth called a bond in some part of its body. After it had grown enough, it falls off and becomes an exact copy of its parent. Okay, examples of organisms that undergo bonding are sponges and hydra. So, this is our sponges and hydra. So this will be their bond or their offspring. If they grown enough, it will be falls out, and it will become an exact copy of their parent. Okay, next one. Fragmentation. Fragmentation, it is separated pieces of the parent organism can develop into an individual. Okay, example of this, flatworms and starfish. Okay, so if you see a flatworm, you're scared. So automatically you broke it, right? So that is improper way. Okay, and also the starfish. Okay, they broke into pieces and it will become their offspring. Okay, next one is sexual reproduction, another type of reproduction. Sexual reproduction involves two parents and produce offspring that are genetically unique. If thus a sexual reproduction, the offspring is an exact copy of their parent. In asexual reproduction, the offspring are genetically unique to their Parent. Why? Anyone, class? Yes. Guda. Yes, very good. Because it came from two parents. It requires or involves two parents. Okay? In a sexual reproduction, the sperm or the eggs join together to form an entirely new individual or new organism. So, if the egg and the sperm cell came from the parents, will join together is what we call zygote. Okay? The offspring are different from the parent organism because requiring two parents combining different genetically or genetic materials. Okay? So we have two methods of sexual reproduction. External fertilization usually requires a medium such as water, which the sperm can use to swim toward the cell or the egg cell. So, basically, external fertilization occurs outside of the body. Okay, example of this are the frogs, right? So, the egg of the female frog lays egg and the sperm squid from the male frog, and it will be fertilized in the same area. What medium they use? Water or the pond. Okay? And another one is internal fertilization, the fusion of male and female gametes inside the body of the female parent. Okay? So, it occurs inside of the body. If the external fertilization, the fertilization occurs outside the body, and internal fertilization, the fertilization occurs out inside the body. Okay? So we have, let's proceed to post-activity time to ensure if you learn from our lesson. Okay? So I have here a different learning areas. Learning area 1, differentiate the sexual and sexual reproduction using Venn diagram. Learning area 2, give two organisms that reproduce asexually and explain it. Learning area 3, give two organisms that reproduce asexually and explain it. So, you need to choose only one learning area, and you have 8 minutes to finish your task or your activity. You will be graded according to this rubrics. The theme, 5 points. The output, follow the direction excellently. 3 points. The output, follow the direction but with minimal error. Another one, 2 points. The output did not follow the direction. Okay. Organization, the output is very neat. It's neat and easily beaten. 3 points, minimal neatness and organization, and 2 points, no organization and messy. Okay, so I will choose 3 of you to present of each learning area. Okay, you may start now. Are you done, class? Okay, so for others activity, please upload your post-activity and pre-activity in the link provided, okay? that clear, class? I will post it to our Facebook page and our live chat, okay? And next, what do you think will happen if an organism will not reproduce? Anyone, class? Yes, Alvarez. Yes, very good. The organism will be diminished and will disappear to the next generation. So the organism will not be survived. Okay? So what do you think the importance of a reproduction in each organism? Anyone, class? Yes, Karman. Very good. So, it is very important in all species, in all living organisms for their to survival, okay? So, let's get your pen and paper. Let's have a evaluation. Are you ready? Okay, so you have 1 minute to answer every item. This direction, read each statement carefully and write the letter of the correct answer. Okay? Are you ready, class? Okay. First question. Which of the following structures are not involved in a sexual reproduction? A. Gametes, B. Tubers, C. Stem, D. Roots. Okay, it is gametes. Very good. Letter A. Another. Number 2. Which species can reproduce offspring that are genetically different from their parents? A. A species that has few variations. B. A species that reproduce asexually. C. A species that reproduce sexually. D. A species that competes with a similar species. Okay, time is it. What is your answer? It is letter C. Letter C. A species that reproduce sexually. So, if the species that reproduce sexually, the offspring are genetically different from their parent. Okay? Another one. In a sexual reproduction, what is the source of the genetic material in a zygote? A. An egg cell only. B. A sperm cell only. D. A pollen and sperm cell. D. An egg cell and sperm cell. Time is it? Okay. What is your answer, class? Anyone? Yes, very good. It is letter D, an egg cell and sperm cell. 4. What is not a characteristic of sexual reproduction? A. Gametes from two parents unite to form zygote. B. Offspring are genetically identical to the parent. C. Offspring are different from the parent and siblings. D. Genetic variability of offspring help you to ensure survival in the changing environmental condition. It is letter B. Very good. Offspring are genetically identical to the parent because that is not a characteristic of a sexual reproduction. Okay? Because the offspring is genetically unique, not identical in a sexual reproduction. Okay? Last one. A sperm cell unites with an egg cell to form a zygote. Which processes take place? A. Pollination. B. Fertilization. C. Asexual reproduction. D. Vegetative propagation. Time is it. What is your answer, class? Very good. It is fertilization. Okay. When the sperm cell and the egg cell form together, it will become a zygote. This process is called fertilization. Okay. For our agreement, okay, please upload your score to the link provided. Use the second link, okay, to fill up your score. Okay? Question, class? I'm not. Okay. For our agreement, answer pre-test on page 108 in your Science Self-Learning Module 7. Okay? Do you have any questions? Clarification, class? Not? Okay. Have learning from our lesson? Very good. So for today, coach, success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. Okay? So, goodbye, class. Okay, see you on next meeting.